one-stop Honda shop. We're joined by CJ Holmes, Warriors beat reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle. CJ, thank you for the time. It is very much appreciated. Are the Warriors in the best place that they've been all year right now? Can we get CJ out there? All right, there we go. CJ, are the Warriors in the best place they've been all year?
I think you can make that argument. One thing Steve Kerr says when you ask about the up and down nature of this year for them, it's been stops and starts, right? As soon as they pick up a little momentum, a guy goes out, or there's the issues like Andrew Wiggins had to deal with, missing 25 games, or Stephen Curry messes up his shoulder or something like that, right? But they're entering this first round series against Sacramento on Saturday as healthy as they've been arguably all season long. Gary Payton II's in the fold. The team said today that Andrew Wiggins will play in game one. And, all this team wanted all year long was a chance. They just wanted a chance to get in with this veteran core of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. They just wanted to get in and see if they could ride their experience to another championship. And that's not me sitting here saying that they're in a position to do that, but this is probably as confident as we've seen them all season long.
Is Andrew Wiggins, how much he can play, what level he can play at after a long layoff, is that the X factor in this series?
One of the X factors for sure. Like I said before, Wiggins missed 25 games because of an undisclosed family matter. When he came back to Chase Center on April 4th, he looked, noticeably a little leaner. But one thing Kerr said is, Andrew's one of those guys that, he's a hooper. He's a true hooper. He can get up and down the floor, but, considering how much time Wiggins has already missed this year, and considering the intensity and endurance and conditioning it takes to play playoff basketball, they're going to ease him in slowly. That's usually Rick Celebrini's policy with a lot of the guys who go out, come in. There is a report out there that Wiggins is going to come off the bench in game one, and that'd be something similar to what happened with Steph Curry last season. Remember, he had that injury, missed the final 12 games of the regular season, then came off the bench in the first round of the playoffs. They're taking a similar approach with Wiggins. They want him out there, but they're going to limit his minutes, at least early on, until he can prove that he has his legs under him and he's ready to return to the starting lineup.
CJ Holmes with us here, Cattles Ramie, Sactown Sports on this Thursday. CJ, which Warriors team will we see here at the G1C? The 11:30 version, or the version that's won at least one playoff road game in 27 straight postseason series?
Like I said, they're coming to the series confident, so the expectation is that they will be sharp early on. But at the same time, you are what your record is, and the Warriors struggled mightily this season, especially on the road. And they're going to go into Golden One Center on Saturday, and I'm expecting a pretty even crowd, between Warriors fans and Kings fans. But those Kings fans are going to be loud. They're going to be hungry. This team hasn't been to the playoffs since 2006, and like I said, this Warriors team has struggled away from Chase Center all season long. I think they're going in there expecting a battle regardless, and because of that, they know they got to be sharp.
Did you at any point during this season, through the struggles and all the injuries and guys being out for various reasons, wonder if the Warriors would find this form again that we've seen in the last 10 games or so?
That's the thing. When you have a team that's won 4 championships in 8 years, when you got guys like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, guys who have seen this movie before, who have been through these battles, who have these playoff experiences, there was time throughout the year where the regular season just seemed boring to them, right? And rightfully so, because this is a team that plays for championships, not typically playoff positioning. So part of me always knew at some point they would hit that stride. And a lot of the Warriors' inconsistency this year is because they've had so many injuries and absences. So part of me always thought that they would hit their stride at some point, and here we are entering the postseason, and they've won 8 of their last 10 games.
CJ Holmes is with us here from the San Francisco Chronicle, breaking down Warriors Kings with us. Of course, he's on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. CJ, how much of a difference do you think Mike Brown can tangibly make in this series from his experience on that Warrior staff the last several years?
A lot of it. It's funny, as we're talking to some guys today, and while the Kings aren't the best defensive team in the league this year, they are number one in limiting opponents' transition points. So that's definitely an area to watch in this matchup, especially, both teams like to run, but only one of these teams, being Sacramento, locks up and guards in transition. So that's definitely a factor to watch. And again, nobody out of all the coaches the Warriors might face in this year's postseason run, no one will have their number quite like Mike Brown. This is a guy who spent the past 6 seasons on that bench helping the team to 3 championships, right? When it comes down to, schematics, breaking down strategy and everything, this is a guy who was literally just in that locker room last season. He's seen it up close and firsthand, and I expect that to play a huge role in this series.
Do you have a prediction on the series? You got one locked in yet?
I don't know if I have it exactly locked in, but I'm going to go with the Warriors in 6, simply because of that experience factor that we talked about at the the top of this segment. Again, this is a team that's been there and done that. As good as the regular season Sacramento had, the playoffs are a different animal. Now, I could be wrong because this hasn't been the Warriors team of old. So really anything could happen. The series is starting away from Chase Center. You got to go in the Golden One Center, and it would be very easy for that team to go down 0-2 in that building. But something tells me it's not going to go that way, and the Warriors are, while they have struggled on the road this season, they're arguably the best team in the league at home. So for those factors, and because of that huge experience advantage, I'm going to go Warriors in 6.
CJ, we appreciate your time, my man. Enjoy the series, and hopefully we do this again soon. Great stuff. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. There goes CJ Holmes, Warriors beat reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle. He was on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. So experience.
That's what everybody points to.
I feel like if we could go back in time